MPIT is not an abstract theory. It is not an academic exercise. It is not a framework built from distance or neutrality. MPIT is my collapse. It came from the months where I could not hold my mind together, where everything that once felt stable inside me dissolved into fragments. It came from the mornings where I woke up already in terror, already shaking, already fractured before the day had even begun. It came from the days I could not speak, not because I wouldn't, but because I physically couldn't. My throat couldn't form the words, my chest felt hollow, my body felt like it had fallen out of itself. I built Impid inside that dissolution. There were days I lay with my head on her knee, the woman who loved me, the woman who held me, and I cried without sound for 2 to 3 hours at a time, every day. Not heroic tears, not dramatic tears, pure infant terror, dissolved terror, terror with no language, terror so deep that the only thing anchoring me was her touch, her presence, the fact that she stayed. That was my ASR collapse. That was my reflexive mirrored psychic inversion. That was my collapse induced psychotic regression. Not as theory, as lived reality. Inside that collapse, I heard every self state speaking at once. The Redeemer trying to fix it all, the mute child paralyzed, the introject enforcer attacking me incessantly from the inside, the false protector trying to deny the truth, the true self buried so deep beneath the debris of my own mind that I wasn't sure if it ever existed. Those voices argued all day, every day, waking to sleeping, sleeping to dreaming, dreaming back into waking, a loop without pause, for years. And because the mind tries to survive, I educated myself in the middle of that collapse, just like you're doing now. Transactional analysis, non-violent communication. Professor Vacton's phenomenological work on NPD, Winnicott, Fairbairn, Shore, Kernberg, and many others. Anyone who could help me understand what was happening inside me and why I couldn't stop the internal shattering. I read to keep a grip on reality. I researched to stay alive. I wrote to hold the pieces together. I analysed because analysis was the only thing strong enough to stop the freefall. Impip was not crafted, it was clawed out of collapse. It's not a model I stood above, it is the map I drew from the floor. And without her, her presence, her patience, her love, her willingness to sit with every broken state I cycled through, input would not exist. She kept me rooted while I rebuilt my mind. She let the adult speak when it could. She let the child collapse when it had to. She sat through the infant terror without flinching. She witnessed what I could not witness alone. That is where MPIT came from. So when I say MPIT is a path, I mean exactly that. It was my way out, my way back, my way to coherence. But here is the truth that matters most. My collapse is not special. My collapse was not unique. Our collapses mirror each other. Survivors across the world describing the same shattering, the same inversion, the same annihilatory terror, the same loss of self, the same descent into pre verbal dread, the same dissolution of reality. I didn't invent these patterns. I recognize them because I lived them. Go read the comments, go read the accounts, go read the stories of people you've never met. You will see the same arc repeated again and again. Different lives, same collapse. Input was built for me, but it's my gift to you. Not because I'm healed, not because I'm above anything, but because I walk through the fire blind, and I refuse to leave anyone else without a map. That's what MPIT is. Not a theory, a survival document, a reconstruction, a way back to the self after the internal world has already fallen apart. And if it gives you language or clarity or even just the knowledge that your collapse has a structure and that you are not mad, then its purpose is fulfilled. MPIT began as my story. It continues as yours. Peace out. Loads of love.